Hi, I'm Barry Rosen. Many of you know me from my newsletters and blogs and many other interactions I've had with you. And I'm here to share some exciting developments in my life from Livewave technology. Been involved in Livewave for a couple years, and I immediately noticed the level of energy and clarity it gave me in the morning. Many of you wake up and you need your coffee and you need your meditation, and even then you kind of drag yourself to work. And I just am amazed how much clarity using this technology has for me. And this morning, I'd even forgotten to use the technology, and I was wondering, why am I feeling so draggy this morning? I said, "Oh my God!" And then I put them on, and I had this burst of bliss and energy and clarity, and it's really important for me with my work. I've also used some of the technology for appetite control, and it's helped me lose weight at times. And it's given me a lot of coherence and energy that lasts all day. It's really great. My wife Bonnie noticed a huge difference. Her trainer at the gym was just amazed how her repetitions increased. She had more energy to complete more difficult tasks at the gym, and she was just shocked how much energy she had. And she just kind of came home all excited about it. And I kept saying, "Honey, I told you these things are great." So um, she also noticed a lot of bone and muscle development that happened and she's been healing from knee surgery, and it's been quite wonderful for her. So I'm here to introduce Bhimi Cayce, who's the senior presidential director at Lifewave, and she's been with them since 2020. Bhimi's been in the alternative health field for 45 years. She's developed a healing center and co-founded a healing center in Santa Monica, California. She's worked with Tony Robbins. She's been very involved in alternative health, and she really has a passion for LifeWave, and she's been a big inspiration for me. So I'd like to introduce Bhimi Cayce for you.
Thank you, Barry. Hello, everyone. It's so nice to be with you today. And I really appreciate, Barry, you inviting me because I love talking about this. I call it a biohack for health because it's a way that people can really take care of their health in an alternative fashion, and it's non-invasive. There's nothing that's going into the body. And, Barry talked about the technology. What the technology is, quite simply, is a patch. It looks like this, like a Band-Aid, wafer thin. And what you do is you apply this patch onto the body. And I'm going to explain a little bit about how the technology works. But what you do is you peel off the back like that. And in the center is a little circle. And in that circle are embedded crystals of amino acid, salt, water, and sugar. And it forms like a crystalline structure. And when you put it on the body is emitting light. We know that. So when that light hits the crystalline structure, it reflects back a wavelength into the body. And that starts the body into a healing mechanism. And I'm going to go back into that in just a minute. Now, LifeWave has been around for 20 years. This technology is new, though. It just came out in the last 5 years, and it is blowing up the regenerative medicine industry because we're the only company in the world that has a technology like this that activates the body to go into its own self-healing. It's activating the body the ability for the pluripotent cells to go to where there is breakdown in the body. It's starting the body to regenerate these cells. And what happens if you're over 35, you've lost about 50% of your ability to even make these kind of cells. And once you're over 60, it's about 80% gone. So if you're in that older range like we are, this is when the body can start breaking down. Like Barry was saying, you can feel tired, lethargic. Your energy level is different, your focus, your sleep. so many things, aches and pains. And when you apply this patch, again, just on the skin, there is like, it's kind of like when you go out in the sun, you know, and the sun hits the body and it makes vitamin D. Similarly, when you put this on, it's like flipping the light switch and the body starts generating these kind of cells, and it's up leveling the body's ability to heal. The patch is not healing. The patch is setting up a communication pathway, because that frequency that goes back into the body is what starts the healing mechanism. And David Schmidt is the genius, the visionary, the man behind this entire company. And it took him 10 years to create this patch. And we call it the X39. And it comes in a container like this. We call it a sleeve. And there's 30 patches in a sleeve. And you put one on every day for 12 hours during the day, drink a lot of water, and then at night you take it off and throw it away, and you put a new one on every day. And people start getting results. Some people get results quicker than others. Some it can be within a few hours, a few days, and some it can take 1 to 4 months. Usually along the way, though, you are seeing different results. It depends on what is going on in your body. But what we do know is that the patch works. And I'm going to share my testimonial real quick, and then I have some extraordinary pictures to show you that I think are going to really give you a sense of all the different ways the patch can work. Again, it's called the X39. So I am 75 years old, and I started the patches when I was about 71. So when COVID came, I go to this naturopath and he does a test, and he measures my biological age and my chronical age. And so I was around 70, 71. When he did the testing, it showed me to be 60. And I thought, yay, you know, this is good. You know, my cellular age is younger. And then I didn't see him for 3 years during COVID, and I had started the patches. When I went back, he was blown away, because what happened, he did the test and he did it again. And he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Why?" You know, I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know what was showing up. And he said, "You're testing for 35 to 40 years old cellular age." Now, folks, that is amazing, because I knew I was feeling different. I knew there was a change. My skin was getting younger, more supple. My body was more flexible. The arthritis I had, the pain had diminished so much. And also another great benefit was, after about a year, you know, I had gums that were getting big pockets, and the dentist had wanted me to do this dental work, and I didn't want to do it. And when I went back after using the patch, you know, he checks it regularly, but after a year, he said, your gums are growing back. You know, the pockets are getting smaller. And of course, that is what the patch does, what these cells are able to do when they're regenerating. And then I had a neuropathy patch on my shoulder, which I don't even know why I had that. But after about 2 months, it just went away. It started tingling and full feeling came back. And voila, it was completely healed. And the first thing that happened for me was, I've been on enzymes because my digestion has been not so good for 15 or 20 years, a long time. And I eat really healthy, organic and healthy foods. Something wasn't right. So it took about 2 weeks, and I was stunned. All of a sudden, I started cutting back. I could feel a difference. And I was completely off all enzymes and have not used any more since then. And it's been several years now. So those are some of the benefits that have happened for me. And I have thousands of testimonials, all kinds of things that are happening with people. So what I want to do now is show you some images of before and after of how this technology works, because you're going to see a diverse way of different pictures and images of results. So skin conditions, this was psoriasis. This woman had had this for over 7 years, and it took her 3 or 4 months. And look at that difference. This is swelling in the feet. This is from a certain kind of condition, a disease, and this was after also a couple months. This woman could not get out of bed. She couldn't go to the bathroom by herself. She couldn't eat by herself. Her daughter was her caregiver, and it was getting worse and worse. And she couldn't raise her arms or do anything. Within a couple months, she was up and eating. And then after 3 months, she was able to go out in the car and go out and be with friends. This is a great little thermography that shows you inflammation. Up at the top, you see the orange and the red. That's inflammation. The number one cause of disease in the body is inflammation. And it's, the body's always trying to compromise to recover from inflammation, whether it's foods or toxins or an injury. But within 20 minutes, look at the difference of the inflammation here. This is someone who had shingles, and you see his eye is oozing. He couldn't open it. They told him it would be 6 to 8 weeks, and this is after 1 week. This is certain cells on the skin that cause a problem. We're not going to name those cells, but I think you know what I'm talking about. And they cut it out, and this is a healing in 21 days. Another scar healing. Whoops. We'll come back to that. This is, if you know anybody with acne, a lot of young people have that, adults too. She was 19 and had an amazing healing with that. And of course, with all this benefits, athletes are always looking to have that edge. So a lot of athletes are using this to help their performance, their recovery, to reduce inflammation, to have them have that extra strength and stamina. This is interesting. This is a scan of a brain. And this is a 67-year-old man. This is the beginning, session 1. Session 2 is 3 weeks, and session 3 is 6 weeks. Again, the red is inflammation and incoherence, and look at the change in 6 weeks. And this is a 67-year-old woman. She had more inflammation to begin with, and look at the change in 6 weeks. Anyone that you know that has vitiligo, this is an amazing recovery. The top man is 3 months, and the bottom is 1 year. This is a friend of mine who also had gum disease. This is a digital X-ray, and on the left here, you can see a lot of this is red lines. Hopefully you can see that. And in 1 year, all these red lines, except for a few, turn black. So that is the gums repairing. Who doesn't want more hair, right? Now, these are going to be some beauty shots. Everyone likes to look and feel good, no matter what age you're at. So I want you to look at the vibrancy and not only the skin texture, but the change in the overall appearance of the person. Look at the neck, the face. She looks like she completely got rebooted, right? Another hair picture. This was in like 6 months, 7 months. This is another skin issue. This was pretty bad. You can see this all over the back and the healing process that's happening. Another scar repair injury. This was an Achilles operation. And after 4 weeks. This is a knee operation. Many people have that. This is after 5 weeks, the repair and the healing. This is someone who cut themselves pretty badly on their forearm. And instead of cutting the skin off, they put it back. And usually she works somewhere where she has done this before. And it takes her 3 to 4 months. And this is after 2 weeks. The skin grew back that much. She was blown away. Another wound repair after 63 days, a car accident, stitches. You can see, you don't even notice it was there. Another before and after. Look at the color of his hair even changed back to its natural color. And look how much more vibrant he looks. This is after 1 year of patching. I would not even recognize this woman if I saw the before and to see her after. Many women have this issue, crepiness on the chest, and no lady likes to have this. So this is pretty phenomenal in 6 months. Another pretty dramatic before and after. And yes, she put on makeup, but she looks very different. And our last picture is another great transformation. Words are really not needed for that. So this gives you an idea of how amazing the product, the patches can work across a lot of different platforms. And what we suggest is a minimum of a 90-day protocol, which you can buy wholesale. It's called the silver package. And you can get a combination of the X39 and there's a couple other patches we may customize and put in there. But the X39 is the main patch that you want to be using. That's what Barry and Bonnie use. That's what I use. And that's what everybody starts with because it will help on many, many different levels. And it's money back guarantee. So you have no risk. And Barry and Bonnie are so enthusiastic about this that they are now representatives and they're wanting to share this out with people they care about. That's why I was invited on, so that you can hear about this. And if you would like to get more information and if you want to go ahead and order this, if you have a health challenge, if you know somebody in your family that has the health challenge, pretty much everybody knows somebody who's suffering. So this is really a godsend because it's non-invasive. Nothing's going into your body. It does not interfere with any meds. So there's no contraindications. Here is a way for you to reach out. You can take a screenshot of this. Let me move her over here a minute. You can go to startx39now.com. And this link will show you more information about the product. There are a few videos you can watch. There are more before and after pictures. There are doctors on there that are talking about it. A lot of information. The science is there. And then you can reach out to this email, getandstayhealthyforlifewave@gmail.com. So take a screenshot of this or, jot it down or take a picture with your phone. And Barry and Bonnie would love to talk to you more about this. and answer any questions that you have. So, Barry, I think that's it. Do you have any last questions or anything you'd like to say?
No, thank you, Bhimi. That was amazing. And I think I'm looking forward to, connecting with many of you who are interested in, so many of us as we get into our 70s and late 60s, things start happening and it's really great to start being able to repair them. And it's really exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really true. We want to be off of meds, so the best thing you can do, there's a lot of new technologies coming out. No company in the world has the technology we have. So thank you so much for having me here, and I look forward to hearing your stories.